Hello again, time for another story. And this story is all about a little girl called Red Riding Hood and what happens when she meets the big bad wolf. Do you remember Mr. Wolf? I can smell pig. Well, let's see what happens. Once upon a time, long ago and far away, on the edge of a forest in a village, lived a little girl called Red Riding Hood. And she lived, you see the cottage there? That's where she lives. And she lived there with her mum. And this is what happened the day she went to visit Grandma. Little Red Riding Hood's mum was busy baking. Now, she didn't really enjoy baking, but it was the village fair and everybody was expected to take cake. So, as you can see, she's rather hot and bothered from all that cooking. Red, I need you to do me a favour. Red wasn't very impressed. Oh, Mum. No, don't oh Mum me. I need you to go to Grandma's house and take her some shopping. I don't want to go to Grandma's house. It's a long walk and Grandma smells. Your grandmother does not smell. She did a bit, mostly of mothballs. Oh, Mum, I don't want to go. Well, you're just going to have to, young lady, and I'm reaching the end of my tether. Now, Little Red Riding Hood wasn't sure what a tether was, but she knew if her mum reached the end of it, probably wasn't very good. So she decided that she'd do as her mum asked. So into her shopping basket went the things for Grandma. Some hairspray, so that Grandma could look beautiful. Some glue for her false teeth, so Grandma could look beautiful. And some eggs, so that Grandma could have some breakfast. And so Little Red waved goodbye to her mum and she set off for the walk to Grandma's house. Now, to get to Grandma's house, she had to walk through the forest. And actually, once she'd got there and started walking, she really quite enjoyed herself. Wow, there are so many birds today. And look at all these beautiful flowers. Maybe I'll pick some for Grandma. So Little Red set off through the forest. And to be honest, she wasn't really looking where she was going. She was too busy looking at the flowers. Well, on this morning, someone else was out for a walk in the forest. Yes, you've guessed it, Mr. Wolf. I have decided that pigs are a bit tricky, so I'm not going to be eating any more pork. However, I have decided that I'm going to eat something that's a bit easier to catch and perhaps a bit less chewy. So I have decided I'm going to eat human beans. Oh no. Mr. Wolf spotted Little Red. Ah, look, it's a human beans. Hello, little girl. What are you up to? I'm walking through the forest to Grandma's house. I must be getting along. I haven't got time to chat. Oh, thought Mr. Wolf to himself. Grandma's cottage, eh? Right. Well, I know a thought cut, so I'm going to hoof it over there. And off he set. And there is Grandma's cottage. Now, what Little Red didn't know was that Mr. Wolf had beaten her to it. And he got to Grandma's cottage way before Little Red had. And he knocked on the door. And Grandma, thinking it was Little Red, came to the door. Oh, hello, Red, are you there? Yes, it's me, Little Red Riding Hood. Didn't sound quite right to Grandma, but she was getting on, so she thought perhaps her hearing was playing tricks with her. So she opened the door. Oh, goodness me, you are not my granddaughter. You're a great big wolf. I am. and Mr. Wolf pounced. And he shut Grandma in a cupboard. But before he did, because he really was a very bad wolf, he stole Grandma's bedclothes and he hopped into Grandma's bed. Little Red Riding Hood came up to Grandma's cottage and knocked on the door. "Hello, Grandma." "Oh, hello, do come in." Didn't quite sound like Grandma, but Red thought perhaps she wasn't feeling very well. So Red went up to the door, opened it, and in she went to Grandma's cottage. Now, inside Grandma's cottage, there was someone tucked up in Grandma's bed. And all that Red could see was the top of Grandma's nightcap peeping over the top of the covers. "Hello, Grandma. Are you not feeling very well? I've got a bit of a cough." "Oh dear, that's a shame." "Grandma, what a big nose you've got." "All the better to sniff you with, my dear." "Grandma, what big eyes you've got." "Oh, all the better to see you with, my dear." "Grandma, what big teeth you've got." "Oh yes, all the better to chomp you up, my little human beings." And suddenly Red realised that the person in the bed wasn't Grandma at all. It was the big bad wolf. And the wolf leapt out of the bed. "I'm going to have human beings for my breakfast." And he got ready to pounce. Well, fortunately, Little Red was quite a clever girl. And instead of panicking, she thought, what had she got that she could defeat the big bad wolf with? And then she remembered what she'd got in Grandma's shopping. So quick as a flash, she got out the glue for Grandma's teeth and squirted it at Mr. Wolf, just as he was getting ready to pounce. "Oh, what's that? My paw stuck to my face. I can't get my paw off my face." Well, Little Red realised that the glue was going to slow him down. So quick as a flash, she got the next thing out of Grandma's shopping bag, which was the hairspray, and she squirted it straight in Mr. Wolf's face. "I'm blind, I can't see. Where's my eyes, my eyes?" So now Mr. Wolf was stuck and he couldn't see. So the final thing in Grandma's basket were the eggs. And quick as a flash, Red Riding Hood grabbed the eggs and started throwing them at Mr. Wolf. "Oof, oof, oof, what's that? What's that? Oh, it's all sticky and slimy. I can't see. And she bundled him and chased him out of the door. But now she'd got to find Grandma. "Grandma, Grandma!" "In here," said Grandma. And Little Red Riding Hood opened the cupboard door, and there was Grandma. "Grandma, there was a big bad wolf in here. Oh, I know, he pounced on me. It was dreadful." So they sat down and they had a nice cup of tea. And Little Red Riding Hood made sure that on her walks through the woods, she always kept an eye out for Mr. Wolf. Well, Mr. Wolf ran out of the cottage, back through the forest, until he found a stream. And in the stream, he splashed and he washed the glue off his face and the hairspray out of his eyes. That was ghastly. Human beings are dreadful. "Oh, what's that? Oh, that's egg. I like eggs. Now, where do eggs come from?" And he had a think, and then he remembered. Eggs come from chickens. Right, that's it. I'm going to find some chickens. And and off Mr. Wolf went. And that is the story of Little Red Riding Hood and the Big Bad Wolf.